using it to desecrate. So just exploiting the poor right there, and that was the big example. And I kind of answered the next thing right there. But do we see examples of that? Maybe not those specific examples, but the principle of exploitation of the weak and the poor today in today's society. Anybody got any examples off the top of their head? Title loan, payday loan, yeah. Wow, that's a good one. Hey, I'm gonna loan you. I'm gonna borrow $25. All right, yeah. With the interest you owe me, it's $9,000 by the end of next month. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mobile home loans is a bad one.
Yeah, a lot of loans in it. A lot of banks. It sounds like. All right, let's get off the banking industry for a second. I don't know if you can count the payday loans. That's not banking industry. That's basically legalized loan sharking. Anything else?
Buy here, pay here, car place.
Yeah.
State lottery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them though that they make the convenience of getting these loans and getting help. They make it accessible for less fortunate people, and then there's no way to pay them back. Credit card companies are.
Yeah, I was about to say, what about instantly approved credit card companies?
Yeah.
Boy, I fell victim to that one as a senior, in college. Thought that was great, man. And yeah, I think the first minimum payment I had was like $8, and I'll just keep this thing. Yeah, and before you know it, I think I had a $1,000 limit, and I was there.
Yeah.
I was eating out too much, so playing too much golf while I was in. It's like the old saying I used to hear: the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's still the same thing, even today. So.
It even goes in the New Testament, even where there were the money changers and all that stuff in the temple.
Yeah,
That's a
taking
perfect
that,
example.
and I've used this example a lot. Taking, because, even for sacrifices, the poor people usually had to buy the doves and things like that. They would buy the doves, hand it to the priest, he'd walk it right through out the back door and resell it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, it goes all the way back to what I said. What's the root of it all? Greed, money. And we're going to get into that a little bit. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's not bad. It doesn't mean it's not. God's not against us having possessions. It's how we achieve those possessions that's the issue. So again, through 2 chapters here, and the thing in Joel and Hosea, it seemed like in every chapter when he was pointing it out, he always gave them a little, hey, you got some problems, but here's the solution. We haven't seen that yet in Amos yet, have we? We haven't seen anything about the need to repent or a call to repent, have we? So what like I said, that preacher was saying. Amos kind of gets to it. I think I said it last week. If you're a Seinfeld fan like I was, best listen to Frank up there goes, hey, we're going to air grievances. I got a lot of problem with you people, and you're going to hear about it. That's kind of what we got right here. So, why is it important that Amos mentioned? I mean, he's writing this to the Israelites. Why is it important to mention about the Gentile nations as well, along with Israel?
Kind of showing it's the same for everyone.
Yeah. First of all, God's just God. That's one thing I think. What's Israel supposed to be for those people anyway?
A light.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a light in the darkness. It's supposed to be showing them how to live. And I want you to kind of remember that as we kind of continue on. So with that, again, that's kind of a quick trip through there. If anybody got anything they'd like to add there, but basically, like I said, exploitation, and they were getting involved in some other things they needed to be involved in as well. And we're going to see some of that later on. All right, let's turn right here now. We're going to look at chapter 3. And as we go through, again, there's no way I can cover chapters 3 through 6 verse by verse right here. So I kind of picked out what I think some of the main things. It's all important. Don't give it. So verse 3, Amos he starts with a series of questions right here. They're rhetorical, and at the time, you would know the answers. It says, for example, in verse 3, make sure. There you go. Can two people walk together except they be agreed? Can you walk, if me and Wayne want to take a walk somewhere, it couldn't happen unless we both agreed to walk together, can we? Agreed? So can two people walk together except they agree? No. So that would be one of the things there on that. And it says there, as we look at it, there's a couple of ways that people kind of look at that. Some people said this is a reference where Amos is telling the people that God has sent him this message. There are others there, that some of the commentaries said it was a reference to how God and Israel agreed to walk together with their covenant, but Israel has walked away. And I think like I said, I'm not in the mind of Amos. I'm just giving you what the commentary said. But the point he's trying to make is, he's going to answer these. He's leading it up to a point. Number 4. Or verse 4, it says, will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he hath taken nothing? What do you think? Yes or no? Yeah, it's hard to win the question.
Yeah, but, they were leaning toward that it's no.
Yeah, because it's
That's like the old question, if the tree falls in the forest, there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound?
and some of that was mentioned in the comment, but basically the thing, it was known, lions roar because it paralyzes their prey. It's supposed to be, if you're sitting there, even our cat, when she brings that lizard in or something, she'll make a little sound right there, like, hey, I got you something right there, But yeah, so it gets your attention. So what it's saying is, think about it. God is sending the prophets right here to speak out to Israel because they got issues, don't they? So that's the purpose. If you remember in chapter 1, verse 2 of Amos, what does it say? The lion of Zion is roaring. Something like that's a paraphrase, obviously. And that's kind of going back to that. Why is the lion of Zion coming out? Why is he roaring? Because there's an issue in the way the people, what they're doing right there. Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him? Now, gin right there, that's another name for bait. And shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? In other words, he was saying, if you got a trap set with no bait, what's the chance of you catching something? Nothing. Also, is the trap going to jump up and catch the bait or catch the prey if the prey's got to step into it? And he was talking about, some people were referencing that as Israel's sin. So it says Israel's has triggered judgment because. Verse 6. Back in those days, if you were in the city, so basically, if we were back in those days, if someone started blowing the trumpet at City Hall right there, what would that mean?
Something's going on.
Siren starts going off. Something's going on. Usually a storm, destroyed. It was God was the one that is control of that. So it's kind of along the lines of